Dad's dream to talk about his favorite team with the son of digging the stats. Come and join us, nerding on the Dbacks.
Hello, welcome to Nerding on the Dbacks, the one and only.
That's right. I'm Dad.
And I'm Son. Did you notice something?
Like what? Oh.
The hair?
Yeah. I guess doing 3 shows in 4 days, it probably shows up the the difference in appearance. So we're gonna make this quick because we got an opening day game to get to, and I hope you do too. But we wanted to give you something to listen to in preparation for opening day. It's our episode called
Did you really just say that?
Can't believe you turned real E into a solid 2 syllables there. That was awesome. Good job. So we want to get this out, get some fun predictions in, get this to you. And but first, of course, we got to start out with you really just said that. And so you really just said that. Let's first talk about Dad here. In the you really just said that, Dad had a decent start to his year. These are his first predictions that came off the board. And by he, I mean me. My first predictions was Bryce Jarvis is going to be the spring training opening day starting pitcher. That didn't happen. It was Tommy Henry. They're going to have 1 player extension by March 9th. They didn't extend anybody this offseason. A little bit of a bummer. Dbacks will be projected to finish 3rd by Fangraphs come opening day. And here's the kicker. 3 days ago, what?
Oh, I thought they were 4th.
No, 3 days ago they were slated at 3rd. They were projected 3rd in the division, and then they signed Jordan Montgomery, and now they're projected to be 2nd. I'm not even mad about that.
It's like I want to be mad, but I'm not mad because
we got Jordan Montgomery.
Yeah, we got Jordan Montgomery.
Yeah.
But then my prediction is wrong.
Yep. So they got Jordan Montgomery. So that threw it off. The Dbacks, I made this prediction back on the 5th of January. The Dbacks will acquire at least 2 more players on major league contracts before opening day. They actually signed 3, technically only 2 at this point, Jock Peterson and Randall Grichuk. But of course, Jordan Montgomery. Jordan Montgomery's an interesting one, especially for this next one. So anyway, I got a single for that. I predicted that the payroll would be less than $147 million on opening day. This is the really strange part about this prediction, and I'm not going to count it as correct, but technically, Jordan Montgomery has not been. His contract has not been confirmed yet. He still has to go through his physical, and we have seen some weird things happen on those. I doubt anything's going to come up, but technically right now it's still under 147 million. I think it's at 142 million as of this moment or somewhere. Yeah, I think that's right. 142 million right now, but in all actuality, it's 167 with Montgomery. So I'm going to give myself an L on that one. I think that's only right. JD Martinez will sign for at least 40 million guaranteed. That didn't happen.
That did not happen.
No, he signed for 12 and a half, something like that. So not a lot. He's got some incentives in there, but not much. Jake McCarthy will be traded before opening day. No. Nope, that didn't happen either. There's still rumors of teams trying to get him plucked off the roster from the Dbacks, which I wouldn't be surprised, I guess, if he's traded before the end of April. But he might not even make it to April 1st on the team, but he made it to opening day, so was a loser. And then Dbacks will acquire 1 right-handed hitter or switch hitter that will get an invite to spring training. This one was a yes. They actually signed 3 that I knew of at the top of my head. I made that prediction on February 9th. They signed Randall Grichuk, they signed Elvis Andrus, and they signed Kyle Garlick. all three of those guys are right-handed hitters that they signed with an invite to spring training. So that gives me a double. And so I've got a single and a double and 6 outs on my at this point, or on this recap here. So let's move on to Sun. Sun, what'd you predict?
So I predicted that Gurriel will have red hair at spring training, and he had purple.
That's right.
So I was wrong, and I was begging that he would listen to our podcast so we could do that. But I don't think it happened. So
I like your effort there. So what was the next one? I love this prediction, and I'm so sad it didn't come true.
So Ketel Marte will be in the best shape of his life, and apparently it did not come true.
Yeah, he was going to be said to be. It was going to be reported that he was in the best shape of his life, and I could not find anything that reported him as being in the best shape of his life.
Well,
this spring training. So
Pavin Smith will lead the team in plate appearances during spring training,
and he wasn't. I think he was fourth. He was pretty close. He was only like 4 or 5 off of the lead. But you remember who led the team in plate appearances?
It was either Corbin or Ketel.
It was Corbin Carroll.
I knew it.
Yep. I think Marte led in at bats, but Carroll led in plate appearances. Do you know what the difference between a plate appearance and an at bat is?
You get a hit on an at bat.
Well, an at bat ends in either a hit, an out, or a strikeout. A plate appearance can end in a hit, an out, a strikeout, or a walk, a hit by pitch, a sacrifice fly, a bunt, sacrifice bunt, any of those are all plate appearances. So there's more ways. Every player collects more, at least as many plate. Every at bat is a plate appearance, but not every plate appearance is an at bat. So let's see here. Let's get moving on. The next one here.
Jorge Barrosa will lead the team in BA in spring training.
Yeah, batting average.
Batting average.
That's my abbreviation. And he didn't. There was some dude, I looked this up actually, some dude named Andy Weber led the team in batting average, but he only had 4 at bats with 3 hits.
That's not fair.
I don't know if I'd count that, but actually, I mean, Blaze was led the team in batting average and with a 400 average. Of the players who played, had at least 10 plate appearances.
So we didn't get that one right.
Nope.
I did go see him one time though.
Yeah,
he was center field. He was short.
He is short. I can't wait till he plays on the major league squad. It's going to be so much fun watching him out there in the outfield running around. So what do we got next here?
So this one I got right. Get your snaps out.
Snaps.
The core 8 players will be in the lineup on opening day, and they are. So
Yep.
I got that right.
All 8 of them. That's right. The only kind of surprise in the opening day lineup is the absence of
Jock Peterson.
That's right, Jock Peterson. Being they're facing a lefty, they got Blaze in there at DH, but it's still a bit of a surprise. Usually you see big signings like Jock Peterson in the lineup kind of regardless of matchup on opening day, especially at home. But I like that they're going straight for the jugular and trying to get the win right out the gate and not taking it easy at all for the optics of it. So next up, oh, by the way, that one was a double. Nice. Good double. So next up you got...
the Dbacks will not acquire any more players that will be in their 40-man roster on opening day, and Jordan Montgomery just had to go on.
He's actually not on their 40-man roster because that whole thing that I said, his contract has it. Yeah, Grichuk is on the 40-man roster, and he was signed after you made this prediction. So that's the kicker there. So that leaves you now with a .286 batting average on the season. You're 2 for 7, and you've got a double in there. And I have a .250 batting average, 2 for 8 with a double. So we're off to a pretty even start. Good start. I like it. That's what we were pretty much shooting for early numbers. So let's move on and get on to our predictions. Remember our predictions, so that you remember. Did you really say that? Is we make 3 predictions each on each show. They need to be quantifiable, so something that we can either research, like through Google, or as something that happened, which we're going to have one of those this week with a really, really fantastic prediction idea. And then we're going to keep track of our batting average and extra bases, just like you saw us do already. And we'll see who's the better predictor at the end of the season. In the future, we'd love to have a guest come on and predict with us, and we'll start keeping track of guest predictions, and we'll see how you guys, the listeners, stack up against us. But we absolutely, I love this game. It's so much fun making these predictions. I hope you guys have a lot of fun listening to them. So let's get started here. Since you have got the fun, with your first prediction is really fun. So let's get started with that. Phoenix, what is it?
I think it's the most best and smart prediction ever in the history of predicting stuff. So 3 home runs will be hit into the pool at Chase Field.
That's right, in 2024. I love this. So I actually went to go look this up to see, because Phoenix had said he wanted to do how many home runs.
I said 10 at first.
Yeah, no, I told him, well, here's the thing. There's been less than 3 hit per year on average since 1998. And in the last 6 seasons, since they installed a humidor for the baseballs at Chase Field, that number has gone down even more. So 3 would be kind of incredible if 3 got hit this year. And so I'm giving that one a straight home run. Like, that's fantastic. And I hope it happens. How fun would that be? Great story.
I'd be just so ecstatic.
Hopefully nobody dies diving in trying to get it.
Oh, wow, that was dark. Wow, you really just went from all fun and games to just...
Yeah, it escalated quickly. All right, so my first prediction this week is going to be an opening day, or should we call it opening night prediction, and that is Alek Thomas will hit the very first home run of the season for the Arizona Diamondbacks. I'll admit, it could be Marte. He might beat him to it because Marte is leading off tonight, and he smashes lefties. But if not, I think Alek Thomas is going to do it. He had a really solid spring training, lots of home runs, and I think he is. This goes back to, if you recall, Alek Thomas was once in 2022, at the beginning of 2022, I think, was ranked ahead, was universally ranked ahead of Corbin Carroll as a prospect, all by every outlet out there. And so I think people forget how good Alek Thomas was as a prospect. And dude has, I think, a lot more hit tool in his game than a lot of people give him credit for. So I think he's going to have a really fantastic season if he can start hitting lefties. And starting off the season with a home run against one, the first home run of the season for the D-backs would be a great way to do it. So that's my prediction. Alek Thomas hits the first home run of the season for the D-backs, and I'm calling that a home run. I hope that's fair with you.
Yeah, I don't care.
All right. All right.
I mean, a home run prediction for a home run, that seems pretty reasonable.
All right. So, Phoenix, you're up next.
All right. So, leading off of that Alek Thomas prediction, I'm going to go with, it's not a D-backs episode if you don't have Lourdes Gurriel Jr. in it. So
the face of Mount Swagmore.
Lourdes Gurriel will, and I mean will, hit the first home run of the season for the D-backs.
Oh, you snaked me. If he does this in the first inning before Alec Thomas even has a shot, I'm going to cheer, but deep down inside, no, I'll be boiling with anger.
I'm going to cheer, and deep down inside, I'm going to cheer.
All right. Yeah. So I think we probably should. I think we should probably call this one a double. I know that's unusual for home runs. It's just Lourdes Gurriel's batting third in the lineup, and he's facing a lefty. I feel like he's got a really good shot at doing this. He's probably, it's going to be him or Marte are the most likely to hit the first home run for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. That gives you a nice rounded out prediction. So I'm going to move on to the big acquisition, the recent news with Jordan Montgomery. Jordan Montgomery will make 4 starts for the D-backs in the month of April. So it's a little up in the air about, I've heard anywhere from 2 to 4 starts he's probably going to be making down in Reno. I don't think so. And when I say 4, I mean at least 4. I think he's going to be up. He won't miss more than 3 turns through the rotation here in Arizona, and he'll be in it. And so, and plus, especially the second half of the month, this schedule, I'm going to go into this with my next one, but the schedule in April is rough, and they're probably going to want Montgomery up sooner rather than later. So, yeah, that's it. He'll make at least 4 starts for the D-backs in the month of April.
All right. So, for my last prediction, it is also Jordan Montgomery prediction because he just got signed, and I think he can do it. So Jordan Montgomery will have the lowest FIPS of all starting pitchers on the team, minimum 10 starts too.
Yeah, I wrote that down wrong. It should just be FIP, not FIPS. We don't pluralize FIPS.
Hey, you wrote that down. I was just reading it.
I agree.
No, he finished with the second lowest in 2023 of all D-back current rostered starts.
That's right.
So I have a pretty good chance.
Yeah, yeah. I'd give this one a single. I think, I'm not saying he's the odds-on favorite, but I would definitely give him, Gallen's going to be tough to beat. But if Montgomery does it, that means that he had a killer season, because we know what Gallen's bringing to the table, and he's not going to be letting up. So, yeah, that's awesome. I love that prediction too. I think you got a fair shot at making that happen. So my last prediction here is D-backs will finish April with a 500 record or worse. I know that's a little dark. Not as dark as someone dying in the pool going after a home run ball, but
yeah, that one was.
I'm going a little negative on the team here, but I mean this in the best way possible, because if they can, so they have an incredibly difficult first-ish month, and I say first-ish because March. There's 4 games here in March before we start April up, but in April they have division matchups versus the Giants and the Dodgers. Plus, they play the Rockies on the road. And if you don't know, the Rockies on the road are actually a shockingly difficult play. The Rockies' record at home, they have the biggest difference between home winning percentage and road winning percentage in baseball. They're almost a 500 team at home, whereas on the road, they constantly lose. And so they've got those for division matchups. Out of the division matchups, once they go for the games that they have against teams outside of their division, they play the Braves, the Cubs, the Cardinals 2 times, and the Mariners. That's a really, really tough month to get started off with. So I actually think that if they can get through it hovering close to 500, they'll be sitting pretty for the remainder of the season, because it's, I would say, probably their toughest month of the year. They have a really, really tough like 2 week stretch of games in July, but it's just 2 weeks. Whereas, man, this April is hard. After this first initial series against the Rockies, it starts to get difficult right out the gate. And so, I hope they can stay close to 500 because May looks so much easier. And June, honestly, could be an 800 month. If they can just get through April, only like 2-3 games under 500, a game 1, 2, 3 games under 500, something like that, they'll be in such a great position to capitalize on their May and June calendar and get themselves possibly in first place. I'm going to say that. I really mean that. I think at the end of June, they could be in first place, but I find it very unlikely that they're going to come out of the gate crushing opponents because their opponents are not really the crushable type.
Or crushing. Never mind. I was going to make a very bad joke about the diving in the pool. It was going to be very bad.
Yeah. Keep those dark thoughts to yourself.
What about you? You just openly said it.
Yeah, I blurred things out. That's my style. So, all right. Well, that's it. And thanks for checking it out. I hope you had some fun with us on our predictions. And let's see what comes true and what we fail horribly at. Because my guess is we probably get all of these wrong. It's probably going to be someone like Tucker Barnhart comes in with a pinch hit home run in the 12th inning of tonight's game or something.
No. It's going to be Rosario. I know it. I'm calling it. I just know it.
So
Alec Thomas. I mean, he's a great player, but Florida's just better.
All right, guys. Well, appreciate you checking us out. Thanks for hanging out till the end. Please subscribe, comment, like, and
share. Get your inner kindergartner out. And if you're at the game and you want to look for us, I'm wearing the Nerding on the D-Backs shirt.
That's right.
Don't look for his shirt because his is just red and it's a normal D-Backs shirt. But I got a very dark teal shirt, so it shouldn't be too hard to find because the D-Backs, they sell their merchandise and it's like a really light teal.
Yes, it's a very bright teal for sure.
And he's gonna get a shirt too sooner or later. So yeah, he's gonna have a shirt and I'm gonna have a shirt and we're gonna be matching and we're gonna be invited to the D-Backs games and Lourdes Gurriel's gonna say hi to me and give me a bat.
I love it. I just thought about this. We got to bring that flag along tonight. I guess flag, towel, whatever. We'll get the other one too. The other 2 or 3. I don't know how many we have, but we'll bring them and we'll be waving and cheering. We'll be those guys. So with that, toodaloo.
Toodaloo and do share.
Bye.
Bye.